What's up, fellas? Today we're going to be talking about the 3 things I use to improve at all kinds of things in life. But specifically, today we're going to be talking about it in a Conqueror's Blade context. So for the 3 basic things we're going to talk about is awareness, game knowledge, and mechanics. Yeah, that's it. So for awareness, that's going to be like your positioning in the match. Are you with your team? Are you with your troops? Where is the enemy relative to you? Where do they want to be? If you're in a specific spot, using your minimap and your tab button, that kind of stuff. For mechanics, it's your ability to control your hero, animation canceling, knowing which skills to block, when to use your ultimate, when to use your stuns, if certain things can be stunned, whatnot. Your units, when to use your unit skills, which order to use your unit skills in, where should be facing your pikes, and how to become a more consistent player, just in general. Game knowledge. It's the meta, learning the meta, studying the meta, knowing what the meta is really efficient against. In this current meta, it's Queen's Knights and Quanjia Heavy Cav, Yanyadao Cavalry, Phalanx. What makes these units so good and how to beat them? And this applies to any meta, right? Learn what they're good against, learn what can drag them down. Unit matchups and map knowledge. Learning each unit matchup before hero play, and then learning how to hero play in said unit matchup so that you might come out on top even though you don't have a favorable matchup. Map knowledge could be like where to rotate, where to place artillery, how to get objectives for free without trying. Like Valley Fortress is an example. There's a bunker on A, always, that gatehouse. Do you just push into it trying to get to B, or do you push through the gatehouse or the bridge onto A point, have them all rotate down, and then you just, without fighting, just go back up the siege tower, because their units are probably slower if they're using like Phalanx, Fortebraccio, Flames, that kind of stuff, and then you get B for free. And can you apply that same strategy to instead push to the supply point and then threaten home after that, or push to A and, you know, using those type of tools and whatnot? That would be like game knowledge. So how do you get better at these 3 categories? For awareness, it's pretty simple. Just look at your minimap more often. Try to drill that into your head. It's always available to you, so just trying to press tab, push the little plus key on your keyboard if you got it, and it can expand the minimap size. Ask yourself, are you near your team right now in the match? Just am I where I need to be to do what I want to do? Are you with your unit? And the the last bits of awareness, like where does the enemy want to defend, that will come from experience. But you can also just like open a custom map, or, you know, flip side, like if you flip sides and stuff, you'll be like, oh yeah, there's certain places that you're just going to want to defend at because you can't get trebbed. You can, artillery has good arcs or whatever it is. So yeah, that's like the awareness category. Mechanics, hero play. You can practice your hero play by dueling. You can practice your hero play by using very easy to use units that don't require any mechanical input from yourself, like Imperial Spear Guard, Spear Sergeants, Men-at-Arms, things that are just cover commanders, set and forget. Cavalry, you know, you just you see the opportunity and you send them in. You don't really have to do anything else outside of that. Low micro units, so you wouldn't want to use, like, if you're picking up a new weapon for the first time, maybe avoid, like, you've never played pike before, probably don't play phalanx. They require a bit more micro to make them very efficient. They're still good units without it, but yeah, that's an, for practicing like unit skills, just making sure you're using them in the right order, bracing in the correct direction, reading the abilities. Sometimes in Conqueror's Blade, as the text reads is how the skills actually work. It's not always the case, but sometimes it is. So read the skills, make sure you know what they do, use them in the training camps to practice them, and see that, like, just get comfortable. Like if you're using Palace Guard for the first time and you don't know how their brace works, they're CC immune for 5 seconds during Guard the Throne, that little brace. So like you can use that to bait out skills or hero ultimates or mitigate a ton of damage that you otherwise would have taken if you didn't brace properly. Yeah, stuff like that. And you can improve your consistency for mechanics by just using the same units over and over. They don't need to be the best units, but if you can just use the same units for like 10 games in a row, you'll develop your consistency a lot more consistently by doing that. You'll train it into your muscle memory. So, game knowledge. Use the custom map tool. Go into maps that you're not super familiar with. If you have a ton of extra artillery laying around, put some down. You get very familiar with the maps where Trebs can land. You can open up any custom map and just Treb around on offense. You just load it up and run around and throw Trebs down and see where they... learning Treb angles is kind of important. That way you don't waste time standing around trying to see if a Treb will hit. It's easier to just, if you know it will land or not. Certain units perform really well on certain maps. Siphonori and Shenji Grenadiers perform extremely well on Reggie, and they're not so, well, at least Siphonori aren't as good on Harbor City. Shenji are decent in a few niche spots, but Siphonori are less good. You'd rather have Falconetti gunners or something with a bit more range and reach. Yeah, stuff like that. That's how you'd improve your game knowledge. Study the meta, study the maps, learn the unit matchups. And yeah, hopefully this was useful. If you guys have any other tips or ideas, things that you use to help you improve, just leave them in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys next time.